Experience a place of tranquility and peacefulness. Escape to the DeKalb Park District Nature Trail. The Nature Trail covers approximately 1 mile. It attracts joggers and people who just enjoy a relaxing walk. In addition, the Nature Trail is also a wildlife refuge. It is maintained by the DeKalb County Park District. So collect your thoughts, clear your mind, and escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life with an adventure on the DeKalb Nature Trail. There are 2 convenient entrances, First Street and Timber Trail, or Sycamore Road and Greenwood Acres Drive. For more information on the DeKalb Park District Nature Trail, call 758-6663.
And welcome to Take 5. I'm Leah Janik, and this is Jim Haddon and Jim Swearingen, and we're going to tell you there's more to school than just studying. Everyone needs a break to relieve stress, anxiety, and to just have fun. Without breaks, college would be too much to handle. Breaks can be educational, fun, as well as relaxing. There's hundreds of ways to take 5 on campus. Jim, what did you find as an educational break on campus?
Well, an educational way that I learned to take 5 from my study break would be going to the Davis Hall Observatory. In the 4 years that I have been here on campus, I had never been there. I found out some interesting things. While up there, they showed me how to work the telescope, how to view the stars, and told me a little bit about their society and their clubs. Why don't we take a look and see just what they do?
The stars and planets have always fascinated me. As a child, I can remember staying awake nights just to watch a meteor shower or the hopes of maybe seeing a comet. One such way to fulfill my childhood dream is here at Davis Hall. After an elevator ride to the 5th floor and many steep stairs, you reach the observatory. The dome atop Davis is high above the hustle and bustle of campus life below. Inside, the dome houses a huge telescope with which to scope the heavens above. It begins to turn and to open to give the correct location where one would like to look up into the sky. The floor also moves up and down, which gave me a strange feeling. The telescope is also movable, turning and twisting to better locate the coordinates desired to accurately find your galaxy, planet, or nebula. Looking at the telescope, I felt naive, wondering how such a piece of machinery, well, how it just might work.
Okay, what we have here is we have 4 telescopes. 3 of them are refractors, which use lenses, and our main one is called a reflector, which uses one big mirror at the back. Now with the reflecting telescope, we could look through from 2 ends, the Cassegrain end, which is at the bottom, and the Newtonian, which is up at the side.
Because the telescope is so very large, it is electrically moved instead of manually. The powerful lenses and mirrors, when positioned right, can give you a look into the heavens which may astound you.
Okay, we've seen things that ranged from Halley's Comet that was here a few years ago. We've seen, the farthest thing I've seen is probably the Andromeda Galaxy. We've also seen some of the basic planets like Jupiter and Saturn and Mercury. I've seen the 7 closest planets to Earth.
So sit back and watch some of these beautiful scenes from the heavens above. And so peaceful. But if you have an interest in the stars and would like to look at more than just these pictures, there is an alternative right here on campus.
The Astronomical Society is really a neat group of undergraduate students, and there's a few graduate students in there as well. Most of them come from geology. There's a few from physics as well. It's a very new club. It's just started, and we're hoping to get students to come in from many more departments. We'd like to get students from almost any department on campus, anyone that's interested in having a look through the telescope and seeing what's in the night sky and looking at some of the beautiful things in the heavens. There's a variety of things that the Astronomical Society does. First of all, they have meetings every Thursday night at 7:30 in Davis Hall. That's room 311. Usually they take care of business during that time period and discuss future plans for field trips and observing sessions, things like that. And then they usually go up to the observatory and spend anywhere from a short period of time, maybe a half an hour or so, depending on how good the conditions are. And if things are really good and there's enough people that are having a good time, then they can stay there for hours, well into the wee hours of the morning. The observing sessions range from some fairly interesting and intensive research that applies to some of the volcanic features on the surface of the moon, to just enjoyable sky tours through the evenings. There's just a variety of very beautiful objects to look at, both the planets, the moon, and the deep sky objects, that is stars and galaxies in deep space as well.
What sort of activities do you plan during the school year or during the summer or for the society itself?
We have a number of very exciting things coming up. We're anticipating an overnight camping field trip to Yerkes Observatory, where we'll have a very involved tour through the observatory and an actual observing session on one of their telescopes. And afterwards, we will use our own smaller telescopes back at the campsite to continue looking at the stars. We have an excellent speaker who is going to be giving us basic instructions on how to build a small, portable, inexpensive telescope for anyone with even no mechanical skills whatsoever. Plus, we will also visit his optics lab where we can watch him grinding the lenses, polishing the mirrors, actually building telescopes. That's what he does for a living. There are a couple of different ways that people can get involved in either our organization or the field trips. You can either come to one of our meetings on Thursday night, or you can stop by the geology department and leave a note with your name and telephone number addressed either to Dr. Stravers or myself, Laura Kelly, and we will see to it that you get the information.
This has been Jim Haddon reporting for Take 5. Now back to the studio.
Well, Jen, that was very interesting. Can I go up in the observatory anytime and just look through a telescope?
Well, the telescope is open to the public every Friday evening from 8 until 10 p.m. If you'd like to go up there at a different time, they ask that you call first. If you call first, one of the graduate assistants will come up and unlock the observatory, at which time you can go up and look through the telescope. They do ask that you have at least 3 people in your group, though, before they go up.
Jim, is there a club involved?
Well, there is the Astronomical Society here at NIU. Dr. Stravers told me that they're not a bunch of stuffed shirt type people. Mm-hmm. What they are is just a bunch of people who get together and have a good time. They sometimes last until wee hours of the morning. So basically, it's just a fun group of people that get together.
It sounds good.
Well, there was my story. Now, Jim, what did you do? Where did you go? What did you find fun on campus?
Well, originally I planned on shooting a few different facilities on campus. But once I got to the Student Center, I realized that there's so much to do at the Student Center that I could only do one package. So let's take a look at the Student Center a little more closely. Just south of the Home Student Center is the Martin Luther King's Common Mall, a great place to take 5. Students come here to read, meet friends, eat lunch, play hacky sack, take pictures, and listen to music. If you look up, you will notice repairs being done on the roof and the walls of the Student Center. Meanwhile, workers on the ground plan their next move. Inside the front doors of the Student Center is the main desk, where someone is always ready to help you.
We're the chief source of information for the university, and that involves a lot of other activities that we do here. Yeah, it was. Tanya, you might want to explain a couple of those.
Sure. We do campus tours Monday through Friday at 1:30, and that's also on Saturdays at noon, and that's rain, sleet, or snow. If someone shows up for a campus tour, it's our job to make sure that individual has a walking tour.
We handle the writer-driver board. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's down the hall next to the browsing room. And we're also just serve as a general information center for the whole campus. People call us with questions concerning, you'd be surprised at some of the questions that we do get. From, are the Sox playing today? Who are they playing? What time is it?
What's the lotto number?
Yeah, we get a lot of weird questions.
But overall, we're just friendly, and we're here to help everyone.
As much as we can.
Down the hall to the left of the main desk is a Student Wellness Resource Center, where students can get information on health, nutrition, stress, and alcohol abuse. Just past the Resource Center is the Browsing Room, where students can do their homework or read for enjoyment. Across from the Browsing Room is the Coat Check. This time of year is very slow for the Coat Check, but they are open. Down the hall from the Coat Check is the Duke Ellington Ballroom, used for everything from banquets to ad drop. One event held in the ballroom is the annual job fair, where students can interview with major corporations hoping to land their first job. The stage in the ballroom is connected to the Regency Room, often used as a dressing room for performers. Outside of the ballroom is a conveniently located Money Network station, where cardholders can get cash on the spot. Beyond the Money Network station is a lobby with plenty of room to relax and enjoy artwork. Connected to the lobby is the art gallery, displaying many modern paintings and sculptures. Also connected to the lobby is the hotel desk, where people from out of town can get a room. Directly beneath the hotel desk is the Student Center bookstore, where you can buy more than just books. You can find cards for every occasion, magazines, coffee mugs, school supplies, stuffed animals, book bags, and sweatshirts. If you go downstairs, you will find textbooks. However, this time of year, the shelves are practically empty. Across from the bookstore is Diversions, another great place to relax or study. Outside of Diversions, students are filling out applications for summer jobs. A great place to eat, study, and meet friends is the Powwow Snack Bar, open from 7 a.m. until 10:15 p.m. Other places to eat in the Student Center are the Pheasant Room, open from 11:15 until 1:15, the Hunt Room, also open from 11:15 until 1:15, and the Black Hawk Cafeteria, open from 11:30 until 1:30, and from 4:30 until 6:30. The Black Hawk Cafeteria overlooks the Huskies' Den. When you come to the Huskies' Den, you'll need to take more than 5. While you are here, enjoy a game of pool, carom billiards, snooker, bowling, foosball, or one of the many pinball and video machines. Down the hall from the Huskies' Den, you will find the Students' Legal Assistance and the Campus Activities Board. Looking up from the Black Hawk Cafeteria, you can see a hallway leading to the Sandberg Auditorium, where movies are shown every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for only $1. On the top floor of the Student Center is the Clara Sperling Sky Room. If you look out the window, you will get a bird's-eye view of Elkeld Hall and the East Lagoon. On the 3rd, 4th, and 5th floors of the Student Center are meeting rooms of various sizes. On the 2nd floor is the Co-op Hallway, where you will find hundreds of internship and job listings. The Home Student Center is located right in the middle of campus and can be reached by any one of the 9 Husky bus lines. So next time you need to take 5, visit the Home Student Center.
Well, Jim, that was really interesting. There's so much to do at the Student Center. But, Jim, what are the Student Center hours?
They're open from 7 a.m. until 12 midnight.
Okay.
Well, can anyone just go to the Student Center, or do you have to be a student enrolled here at NIU?
Well, anyone can go to the Student Center, but in order to bowl a game or to shoot a game of pool, you do need to put down a student ID card. But you can't bring a guest or as many friends as you like. You need one ID card per table or bowling alley. Leah, what did you find interesting to do here at NIU?
Well, Jim, I didn't know that there was a fencing club until a friend of mine is a member. So I did some research on the fencing club. So let's take a closer look at the fencing club. The NIU Fencing Club meets at the Rec Center on Fridays from 5 p.m. to 7, and also on Sunday afternoons. Currently, there are 15 to 20 members. More experienced members take their time out to help members with little or no experience. Anyone is welcome to join, men or women. Those who have experience in fencing, or those who haven't fenced at all. You can bring your own equipment, or if you've never fenced and want to learn, the Rec Center will provide equipment. Also, a slight fee is needed to join per semester. For more information on the NIU Fencing Club, please contact the Rec Center. Well, welcome back. And now we have a guest member, a fencing member, Russ Grace. Hi, Russ.
Hi.
How long have you been fencing?
Well, I've been fencing for 2 years now. A girl got me interested, believe it or not.
And how was that?
I saw her at a party, and I saw a patch on her jacket, and I asked her what it was, and she said it was a fencing patch. And I said, "You're on the fencing team?" And she said, "Yes." She said, "Come on out." And so I did, and I've been a member ever since.
How long has that been?
2 years, yes, 2 years. The next semester will be the end of my second year. So it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Russ, tell us a little bit about the different equipment that we saw in the video.
All right. First of all, you have your fencing jacket. Some are, one have just covering on one of your arms, the other one has covering on both the arms, and it's quilted so you don't get hurt, because sometimes you feel like a pincushion if you're against somebody pretty good. And then you have a thick glove that covers your hand so you don't bruise your hand. And then you have the mask, which is very important, so you don't get poked in the eye. And then you have the blade itself, your weapon.
Is there, why is there only one arm on on a jacket?
Single armed fencing jackets are basically just for practice. Or you have to have both of your arms covered in meets, in tournaments.
Do you participate in tournaments?
Yes, believe it or not, we just finished a tournament. Sunday was our last tournament for the semester. I think it involved some novice foil and some electrical foil. and maybe some women's saber, but I'm not sure. I've been in a few tournaments myself.
Have you won anything?
Just came like in third or fourth. Nothing. I was proud to come in third and fourth, but I'm still shooting to get a little better.
Are there a lot of women in the club?
There's a few women. One's really good. She's in women's saber. She likes it a lot. Women's saber is not. It's not established yet, but it's becoming more and more established as more and more women get involved in it. And then there's a few newcomer women that have just started. So I think altogether there's probably 5 women in the team.
Tell us a little bit about the instructors.
We have our president of the club, Walt Lubinek. He's been fencing for 9 years. He's very good. Unfortunately, he is leaving after the semester, so a few of the other students in the class are going to have to take over, and they've been taught by Walt for a couple of years, so they know what they're doing. And I'll be around next semester, so everybody come on out and join. It's a lot of fun, trust me.
Well, Russ, tell me, how much are the dues?
We pay $8 a semester, and we get to use a couple $100s worth of equipment. It's a very good deal, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, thanks a lot, Russ.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's look at different things to do down at the East Lagoon. The NIU East Lagoon offers a great place for students to take a break. Beautiful scenery and hundreds of ducks and geese make the perfect setting. Feeding the ducks has become a pastime for family and students. There are fish in the lagoon, and others find fishing their idea of a break. Others enjoy getting together for sports such as football, barbecuing is also very popular. Or just taking time out for a walk and to visit with friends. Canoeing is also very popular. Canoes can be rented for the day from the rec center. Life jackets are provided with the canoes. also organize club get-togethers at the lagoon. Volleyball and three-legged races are some of the activities the clubs do.
That was really some great footage.
Thanks, Jim.
It reminded me of last spring when I took a canoeing course here at NIU. And we learned how to canoe in a straight line, forward and reverse. And we learned how to get in and out of a canoe properly. It was really a lot of fun. And I know what it reminds Jim of because I saw him out there last weekend.
Yeah, what it reminds me of is Springfest. Springfest was a great time. We were out there just partying with everyone, watching the bands, barbecuing. It was just a great time. But the canoeing part really reminds me of not only the people falling over in the canoe, but people being thrown into the lagoon. So all in all, it was a real fun time out at the lagoon I had.
But remember, these are just a few of the things you can do when you decide to take 5. The choices are up to you, but most important, make your time at NIU a time to remember. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.